10 years of movement.
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 10 years of movement. Woo!
Hi friends, movement is 10. Wow, where did that go? I'm standing in the very spot that movement began some 10 years ago. And if you told me then the journey that we would go on, I would never have believed you. We stood here not knowing who was going to come or what was going to happen in the grand scheme of things. But it has been a real joy and a privilege over these last 10 years to worship with thousands of you, to be able to meet so many different people from all different walks of life. And so friends, thank you for all of you who came to a movement gathering.
One of my real highlights has been involved with movement, worship nights, is seeing young people have life-changing encounters with Jesus, and just seeing the room where people are fixing their eyes on Jesus and everything changes. I've seen freedom come, I've seen healings come, and it's just the best thing in the world to see young people worshipping Jesus.
Core lifetime memory will be being part of the band at Wells Cathedral. It was incredible to build on the worship that has been going on in that building for generations, and it was just so special, and there was so much transformation that night.
For me, one of the most encouraging things about serving on the movement team was being on a team with amazing young people, watching them try preaching and leading worship and serving in all kinds of different ways for the first time, and then watching over the last 10 years as they've gone on to help lead churches and to do other amazing things in faith with the Lord.
Some of my favourite memories while leading with movement is when, before everyone arrives for the worship evening, we all just get together as a team and just have dinner together. And this really reminds me of the community that Jesus wants us to have. He wants us to have friends, and he wants us to eat together and just have fun.
I was really encouraged just throughout my time with movement, just generally seeing young people worshipping and encouraged in Jesus, and they were given the opportunity through movement to explore their gifts in him, and to give that back to him in whether that was with worship or in other creative expressions.
A very special evening was that time that we gathered at Wells Cathedral, where we saw hundreds of you come together. That will be a moment that will always stay with me, of hearing everybody's voices unified, worshipping God. Of course, the other joy and privilege and highlight for me has been seeing the many of you who served in our teams, develop the gifts and the skills and the talents that God has given you whilst you were here serving at Movement. And it is a joy and a privilege to be able to look back and see those moments, and to be able to see where you guys are now serving God in the places that he's placed you.
And that's my hope for movement as it continues, that more young people would just step into the calling that God is putting on their lives, whatever that may look like.
And so friends, I want to say this. I want to say thank you to all who served. I want to say thank you to all who came. And I want to say thank you to all who prayed and gave sacrificially for the work of movement. We really couldn't have done it without you. And lastly, I want to say this. God is not finished. His mission of reaching young people is still very much alive. And it's going to be exciting to see how that happens in the future. And so I'll end with this. The best is yet to come.